Welcome everyone to the Master Vox, where today we're going to be going over the Bulgarian Brigade. So I wanted to run this again as a V for Victory, so I'm going to try to make these decks V for Victory in this patch, because I've been having actually a lot of fun with it, and you'll be seeing some games that I'll be playing with V for Victory to show you that it is viable. It might not be the best, but you're going to have fun, and that's why I play this game, is to have tons of fun. So let's go over the choices I've made and why. So I have the M223 here. It is literally a 10-point recon squad, but its main purpose is not the machine gun, it's the radio. And the fact that it has 20 mil of front armor means that I can push it around, and it's much better than the BMW R75 for the same points. Now, I will take these Nov Pioneer things as a recon, because every single one of these weapons can fire in close quarters, and the Molotov will win you fights. So I will use these in conjunctions with the Pehotas, the 20-point really mid, like to shitty Bulgarian Division infantry that you have to push them into close combat, and it will help win the fight, because you're creating that platoon structure like Nilla was talking about with his creating the 20th Panzer video. Now, for this one, it's a self-explanatory. It's a 222. There's 4 of them. It's great. It's fantastic. It's huge. Take them. Now, for infantry, I have a commander in A phase. Now, you're going to notice something that's really weird. For what I normally do is I normally have 1 vet on all of my infantry. For this division, I have no vet, because I'm running it like a panzer division that has little to no access to infantry slots. But because I'm running them as no vet, I have 92, so I can start doing that grind. And that's really important towards like the longer game that you're going to be playing as a V for Victory player. Now for A phase, as you see here, we have Pehotas. It's a chunky boy squad. The Bulgarians took a thing, like a page out of the Hungarian divisions, and they made it 15-man chunky squads. So that's why I'll use those in conjunction with the Nov troops, because automatic rifle fires in close quarters, rifles and submachine guns all fire in close quarters. The Motopaheta, they're Panzer Grenadiers. You use these for your defensive line where you don't want to push, and you put the Pehotas where you want to push. For B phase, I have Faust Pehotas, or Moto Pehotas. I just need more defensive infantry. B is where I hold, right? I have more Pehotas, and I have Sturm Pioneers. It works pretty well. Now, one change you could make is you could take this Pehota in B phase and put it either in A or C. Your choice. I just wanted to have that flexibility and have those Pehotas for later in the game if I need them. But the Pehotas allow me to continue pushing in different areas because everything can fire. Now, we look at the tank tab here. This is one of the things I love about this tab. It is Panzer T-38s. Everywhere. So I have 2 cards of them in A. I have the T11 with the 35 mil front and the 60 mil P38. Basically, when you're using this division, you want to use these T11s, P38s, S35s, just the general Czech tanks, as infantry support and to kill off light armor or half tracks. That's all they're there for. If you fight against a Panzer IV, you will bounce. If you fight against a T-34, you will bounce. But you won't bounce against the squishy flesh that is a Strelky squad. And these will help you win your infantry engagements with your Pehotas being no stars. So you have to use these as a combined force in this division. I also have Panzer IVHs, which are the heaviest things I'm bringing in this division in A phase. And I'm going to use these between 1500 to 1750 to try to snipe other tanks, because I don't want to put them in a knife fighting range. That's why I got all the other shitty infantry. And I'll have anti-tank guns supporting those infantry to try to beat off the medium armor. I have these in B as well. 10 points. I have 90 points to spend. It allows me to have veterancy in B phase and into C phase, but it also allows me to deploy these 18 10-point tanks to situations where the opponent may not have light anti-tank or enough of it to hold it off, so this will allow my Pehotas, Moto Pehotas, to hold the line. Support, this one right here, this 37 mil. Oh, and real quick, more Panzer IVs, fill it out with Panzer IVs, they're fantastic. This 37 mil, for the price of this slot, you can argue to put something else here. So if you can micro, put the 50 mil, but I want to have this here with this fast transport in order, again, to interdict any light armor, because I realize that none of my infantry, except for the B-phase Faust, have any anti-tank on the infantry itself. So I will put this in here with the BMW 325, because it goes 90 kilometers per hour. So it is allowing it to set up in an advantageous position to deny a rush, to interdict light armor, and all that other fun stuff. If you fight medium armor with it, pray for a side shot. Other than that, I have ammo in A. That's going to help out the howitzers that are going to be in the artillery tab, and the fast boy commander in the 223. Fun little thing. For the anti-tank tab here, I am not taking the Rheinmetall 9738. Instead, I'm sticking to the Pak 38 and the Pak 36. Now, the reason why I'm sticking to the Pak 36 in A phase is simply because this heat shell. So you'll see in a game probably where I'm able to utilize this heat shell to destroy medium or heavy tanks. And with this having very good stealth, the enemy tanks don't see it as it's getting shot at, even with its door knocker 65 mil round. Now, the other good thing about this is, again, fast transport, interdict, light armor, clown cars, and maybe medium armor, especially if you're fighting against other Axis, where the Panzer IV's base medium armor is 75, and that's for the Panzer IVH. It only gets like worse from there, unless you're fighting against Panthers. But even then, turn that heat shell on, watch people cry. Damage 10, so if it's a Panther or below, instant death. If it's a Tiger, it needs two hits. So just be wary of that. I don't have the activation points for the Salthern, but this one right here is your possible swap out. So you can swap this out for either the Pak 38 or the Pak 36 if you so choose. You only get 4. I like the availability for the Pak 38, and I really like the Pak 36 and how sneaky you can be with it. These are phase locked to B. Take them in B. You need it. Pak 40 in B, again, if you need to put it in for anti-ping position, this is one of the heaviest guns you have in the division. Anti-air, Pak 36, or the Flak 36. This one is a single shot. It's kind of like the Russian 85 mil. So you can use it in an anti-tank position at 1750 meters or not. I bring in the Krupp 88 in B phase. I don't need to have 6 of them. I'd rather have the ability, if I need to, if they're playing a lot of heavy bombers, to save up my 90 points or save up 45 and 45 from two ticks, or whatever I'd have to save up, 60 and 60 from 2 ticks, which would mean I just buy a Pahota and a 10-point tank to then bring out this Krupp 88 to either interdict heavy armor or heavy aircraft. For the artillery, bring in the artillery leader. Artillery leader can either be used for the infantry on the line with having a thick boy squad, or it can be used to give these howitzer 75s radio, which having those howitzer 75s have radio is a fantastic, it's huge, because you're paying 50 points suddenly for a radio artillery piece. Doesn't deal the best damage, but remember, it's a 50-point artillery piece with basically 10k range, so you're firing across the map if you need it. And in C phase, because this is where I get all my income, I'm bringing this with ammunition. For the air, for artillery, you can get rid of this, the artillery leader, or you can switch out the 81 with the 75 mil. I just like the heavier range. You can bring in the off map. I don't like using it unless I absolutely have to, as the division, like it's like one of its mechanics. If you were going to bring in off map, realize this thing will get shot down super easy. So you may want to bring this in C phase. It's 1 full tick of your income, and you're playing V for victory. Get rid of the artillery leader, put this in C phase. You'll have 3 of them, 120 shells. That's probably going to be 3 salvos of off map, and just push your shitty infantry through. So give that a try if you like off map. For air, I have the Jurgens and A and C, so that's 11 bombers with 250 kilogram bombs each. Agility is very bad, but the resilience is really good. You'll probably see it in the game that I use, where these things can survive decent amount of anti-aircraft. And for 90 points, the ability to destroy any support weapon if they don't have anti-aircraft is worth it. I like the Strela G6. You can go with the Battle of Britain Strela E4 if you so choose. I just wanted the the resilience to not be as bad. So, your choice. Weirdly enough, the Strela E4 has 2 autocannons instead of the one that I'm running with the Strela G6. I have the IL-2M with the anti-tank rockets. You can run that or the IL-2 cluster. I like the anti-tank rockets because you get 2 of them in A phase, where I know I'm going to need anti-tank because I don't have my Pack 40s or lots of my Panzer IVs still B or C. Your call here. You could run the one, but just make sure you don't lose it. And in C phase, I have the Jurgens. Again, I will bring out the Bulgarian Air Force. So with that, I did a quick rundown on why I pick things, how I pick things, and the fact that I'm running this as V for Victory. You guys, I will have the deck code in the description below. Give it a try. Let me know how you feel, not only about V for Victory, but about how you feel if you do play this deck, how it worked for you. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for sticking around. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Just do the fun things for the YouTube gods. And with that, I will see you on the next cast.